Here we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazz Gonzo here. Another episode of What's Next. We're going to head back to the NBA. And this gentleman has gotten a lot of press of as late, only because of how disgusted he is with the hypocrisy and the corporate bullshit that goes on in the NBA. We're talking about the Boston Celtics' Enes Kanter Freedom. Of course, that is his real name, Enes Kanter Freedom. He was Enes Kanter, excuse me. Once he became a citizen of the United States through legal means, he added on freedom because he believes that this country has given him all the opportunities to be the person that he is and to, of course, play the game that he loves. Lebroney James. Now, Lebroney James, who is a corporate shill, who is an ass kisser, who is a dick, pretty much. Of course, every time he'll throw something out there, he'll run, hit and run. The most recent, of course, was Kyle Rittenhouse, when Kyle Rittenhouse was on trial for murder, and he broke down emotionally during his testimony. LeBron tweeted out idiocy and stupidity, and because that's what Lebroney does. Lebroney Karen James. But Enes Kanter Freedom has been slamming Lebroney because of his bullshit, his hypocrisy. Now, Enes Kanter Freedom, he's got another target, and that is one Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin, who busted onto the scene about a good decade plus ago, showed that he could play. Of course, once he was inserted into the New York Knicks, that was his team that he was drafted into the lineup. He showed promise, had a decent long career, and now he is playing for the China team, the Beijing Ducks, but he was born to Taiwanese parents. Interesting. Let's go to this. This comes out of the Blaze. Outspoken China critic Enes Kanter Freedom blasts former NBA player Jeremy Lin. Shame on you. Boston Celtics center Enes Kanter Freedom, an outspoken critic of China, blasted former NBA player Jeremy Lin in a tweet on Sunday. Lin, who played in the NBA earlier in his career, also played for the Chinese Basketball Association Beijing Ducks in 2019 and 2020, according to the USA Today. He went on to play for the NBA's G League, but later announced he was going back to the Beijing Ducks. Lin was born in the U.S. to Taiwanese immigrants. Quote, shame on you, Freedom tweeted. Haven't you had enough of that dirty Chinese Communist Party money? Love it. Feeding you to stay silent. How disgusting of you to turn your back against against your country and your people. Stand with Taiwan. Stop bowing to money and a dictatorship. Morals over money, brother. Enes Kanter Freedom, who recently added freedom to his name, was sworn in as a U.S. citizen, has decried Chinese human rights abuses against the Uyghurs and called the Chinese Communist Party and Chinese President Xi Jinping to shut down the slave labor camps and set people free. Stop the genocide now, Freedom said in a video earlier this year. He described the U.S. diplomatic boycott of the 22 Beijing Olympics as good, but not good enough. How many people need to be tortured and raped for the U.S. to do something more serious? He added in a tweet. White House Press Secretary Jen Circleback Psaki announced diplomatic boycott from Beijing in 22 Winter Olympics on Monday, noting that the move was being made due to China's ongoing genocide crimes against humanity in Xinjiang and other human rights abuses. Some lawmakers said that the Biden administration move did not go far enough. Quote, the president has once again opted for a half measure when bold leadership was required, Senator Tom Cotton. The United States should fully boycott the genocide games in Beijing. Yes, completely. Pull the Americans completely out. American businesses should not financially support the Chinese Communist Party, and we must not expose the U.S. team to the dangers of a repugnant authoritarian regime that disappears its own athletes. My thoughts. Praise to Enes Kanter Freedom. Once again, basically inserting himself in a situation that needs to be done. This is a gentleman who comes from Turkey. His family is from Turkey. He knows what it is like to live under a communist socialist party and what his family had to deal with over there. Lebroney will never speak out against the NBA. Will never speak out against Nike because it's the butter to his bread. He's not going to bite the hand that feeds him. Jeremy Lin, on the other hand, is kind of irrelevant in the league. He had about a good 15 minutes and then faded away slowly. But makes a good point with Jeremy Lin. You were born to Taiwanese parents. You know what Taiwan's going through. Taiwan considers himself an independent republic. And of course, China's like, no, 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 no. You belong to us. You will do what we tell you to do, or you'll be put in prison and or die. It's what they do. We saw that with the Uyghurs. The torture and the abuse and the murders of Christian Uyghurs in China. So we know what that's going about. So I praise Enes Kanter Freedom, and for him to continue to do what he does is to make this very clear that this is what's going on in China. The Beijing Olympics boycott, a diplomatic, was not good enough. You need to pull every single American out of the Beijing Olympics, period. Make a statement. If you got to do one, do it right. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.